Hey guys, today we're going to be factoring trinomials, okay? Just remember trinomials are polynomials that have three terms. So it's going to look, most of them are going to all look like this, x squared plus bx plus c, where b and c are just going to be numbers, okay? I also call this method of factoring AM, and the reason why I call it AM is because we need two numbers that are going to add to b, but at the same time, they also have to multiply to n. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so we're going to first list the factor pairs of C. Then we're going to see which pairs are going to add up to B. Then we're going to write our factored form like this, which is what we've been doing the past couple days. Okay, I always like writing AM above this. All right, so I need two numbers that multiply to 12. So we can list our factors off to the side here. Factors of 12 are 1 and 12, 2 times 6, and then 3 times 4. Those are all the factors of 12, all the numbers that multiply to 12. Now, from this list, which ones are going to add up to get 7? Obviously, not 1 and 12, not 2 and 6. 3 and 4 are going to add up together to get 7. So 3 times 4 is 12. 3 plus 4 is 7. So that's how we know that's our answer. So here's how I'm going to write my answer. Two sets of parentheses, just like we've been doing. We're going to put an x and 1. And then we're going to put our two numbers. So plus 3 and plus 4. Now, it didn't matter if you wanted to put the 4 first and the 3 in the back. It doesn't matter. Okay? So that's my final answer. That's it. Now, let's try this one. This one's a little different just because it has a negative 12. Okay? So I need two numbers that multiply to negative 12. Now, if you remember our integer rules, to get negative 12, one of my numbers has to be negative. Okay? So I could still use my same list of factors that multiply to 12 because the same thing is multiplying to negative 12. Just one of them is going to be a minus sign inside the parentheses instead of a plus. Now, these numbers also have to add up to 4. Now you're going to be like, how none of these numbers add up to 4? Think about it. If one of them is going to be negative, it's really a subtract. Which ones subtract to get 4? So which numbers subtract to get 4? That's 2 and 6. How do I get 4 from 2 and 6? I do 6 minus 2. So I'm going to do x plus 6 times x minus 2. Okay, because 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. 6 plus negative 2 is 4. So that's how it works. Now, if I FOILed this out, if I multiplied this, I would get x squared plus 4x minus 12. So that's how you guys can always check to make sure you have the right answer. Let's do another one. Okay? I'm going to write AM above this. Now, I need two numbers that multiply to 1. The only numbers that multiply to 1 are 1 times 1, right? So what I'm going to do, 1 plus 1 is 2. So there we go. X plus 1. Ooh, that's a bad parenthesis. That's a parenthesis. X plus 1. And that's all. And on. A, M. All right, two numbers that multiply to 10 that also add to 7. I can do 1 and 10 or 2 times 5. I'm hoping you guys all see that 2 plus 5 is 7, so we're going to use the numbers 2 and 5. X plus 2. X plus 5. Oh, sorry about my terrible parentheses. It'll be okay. All right, let's do another one. Again, I need two numbers that add to 13, but multiply to 36. Now, 36 has a ton of factors, so we might want to list these out. 1 times 36, 2 times 18, 3 times 12, 4 times 9, and 6 times 6. All right, Now, which pair adds up to 13? That's 4 and 8. I'm sorry, 4 and 9. X plus 4. X plus 9. Done. And you guys could just double check. 4 plus 9 is 36. I'm sorry, 4 times 9 is 36. 4 plus 9 is 13. All right, I want to skip to one where there's a negative. Okay. Here's one where there's, I'm going to pick this one, where there's a negative. So I need two numbers that are going to add to 1. Remember, there's an invisible 1 there. There's nothing there. And multiply to negative 20. So since it's going to be multiplied to a negative number, that means one of my numbers has to be negative. And then one of them is going to be positive. All right, so factors of 20. 1 times 20. 2 times 10. And 4 times 5. Now, I need to make 1 somehow between these numbers. I always think about it as like, hey, these are 1 away from each other. How do I make a positive 1 with the numbers 5 and 4? I do positive 5 minus 4. And that's my answer.